Hello Potato and welcome to Weekend Magic for May the 6th, 2023. Today is Free Comic Book Day. So after you're done with this video, finish watching this video first, but after you're done with this video, I want you to go find your local comic book shop if you don't have like a regular one. Go there, get yourself some free comic books and buy some stuff. Maybe buy a graphic novel or a puzzle or a board game or a collectible action figure. Show your local comic book shop some love so that it will continue to be a thing which exists. Today is also the Revenge of the 6th, which ties in nicely to today's subject matter. Now, some people will tell you that yesterday was Revenge of the 5th, but those people are deceiving you, as a good and proper Sith should do. But see, yesterday was also Cinco de Mayo, and Cinco de Mayo can be its own thing. Today is the Revenge of the 6th. And again, it's appropriate because today we're going to talk about Star Wars Day purchases. If you watched Thursday's video, you will have, of course, already seen that for Star Wars Day, I put together Kit 75352, the Emperor's Throne Room, a release celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Return of the Jedi. So I went to the Lego store and actually lined up to buy these things. Because again, like the comic book shop, I want my local Lego store to continue to be a thing. Also, Lego.com went full on Shop Disney on Sunday night when the clock struck midnight for the East Coast, 9 p.m. here. The Lego.com site very much turned into Shop Disney circa 2020 or before. And I mentioned that briefly, I think, in Thursday's video, and I will mention it again probably in more depth when I get the items that I was actually trying to purchase from Lego.com and do that video. But I make the comparison to Shop Disney because the most memorable, Shop Disney pre-2021, 2022 was not ever like a fun shopping experience during releases. And in those same periods, Lego.com for me was always fine. Go to like Brick Friday, got through, there was like a waiting queue like Shop Disney has now to show where you were in line, and it was fine. But for some reason, for Star Wars Day this year, and I guess I heard that it was this way last year too, I just didn't experience it myself then. But the site was crashing. Initially it said the item that I wanted wasn't even a thing that existed anymore. Like the page for it was completely gone. And I think we spent almost 3 hours trying to buy the things I wanted to buy from Lego.com because they're things that they don't sell, at least in that form, in the Lego store. Otherwise I would just have bought them there. But yeah, that was a mess. If I was really trying to get like the Star Wars items, like the big X-Wing or something, I would probably have been losing my mind. I mean, it made me think back to Star Wars Day 2020, when I spent literally at least 4 hours trying to make a purchase from Shop Disney. Like, after an hour of trying, my wife gave up, went and took her car to be serviced at a dealership about 20 miles away, give or take, got it serviced, and was literally pulling back into the driveway when I finally successfully made my purchase. I literally spent like 4 hours. Also, and this wasn't happening at Lego to my knowledge, Shop Disney also during that same time period, I think this would have been probably the same year, because I think it was during Minnie Mouse the Main Attraction, put like $2,500 worth of holds on my credit card for a $100 purchase because their site was just soiling the bed over and over again. And to my knowledge, Lego didn't do that. They did have the issue of taking like 3 hours to buy stuff. It was totally unpleasant. If it was something that I was really, really desperate to get, I would probably have been very, very upset. As it was frustrating, but I totally get why people who are buying like the Star Wars Day stuff would absolutely have just been losing it. But for Star Wars Day stuff, no, I went and lined up in front of the Lego store. They gave us these lovely little paper hat things to put on. I mean, they don't really fit me super well. I, of course, picked up the Luke Skywalker. My wife got the Princess Leia edition. Very cute, just cute little fun things to throw out there for Star Wars Day. Obviously, I mean, they're meant for children. They don't fit adults super well, but you know what? There weren't a whole lot of kids in line in front of the Lego store on a Monday. Especially a Monday that's like not a holiday for anybody. Which actually, you know, I wasn't sure what the line was going to be like because it was on a Monday this year, and Lego's not exactly cheap, which means you need to have a job to be able to afford to buy it, which generally means that on a Monday at, 10 a.m., you're at work. But obviously, I'm not the only person that took Monday off to line up in front of the Lego store because the line was quite long. I think I posted a couple pictures on the @VoidOfIntelligence Instagram page if you want to see some idea of how long that line got. See, I got there early and lined up, so I figure if I'm going to wait like a couple hours in a line, I'd rather wait in the line before the store opens so that I know whatever I want will be available than wait a couple hours after the store opens and hope that what I want is still there. So what did I want? Well, I got what I wanted. I mean, I wanted the promo stuff, but I picked up, obviously, the Emperor's Throne Room here, which I just brief rundown again. It's a nice iconic scene. I like how they managed to get the roundness here. I was disappointed that this side wasn't like themed and that this little 2x2 here keeps you from doing the thing with the Emperor like looking out the glass, but I do feel like this is a set that is probably going to degrade over a couple of years, even indoors, in ideal settings. There's a lot of tension being placed on this like straw piece here to attach the windows, which makes it look nice, but I feel like that is going to fail at some point. But overall, I mean, it's a little plain, but it's a nice representation of the climactic fight of the end of the original trilogy. So to get all the promo kits, you had to spend $150, and this was $100, so I needed to buy something else. Well, luckily, they released a second diorama set again this year, also celebrating the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. This one is Kit 75353, the Endor Speeder Chase. This one I think was 70? It was a little cheaper, 60 or 70. And of course is again, another iconic sequence from the movie, the speeder bike chase on the forest moon of Endor. Now, I'm sure this is something I could look up and real quick is the moon's name Endor, or is it the moon of Endor? Is Endor the planet, or is Endor the actual name of the moon? I've never been 100% clear on that. Let me know in the comments. I'm sure it's a stupid question that I could go to Wikipedia and look up real quick, but I'm lazy and not intelligent enough to do so. This is a smaller kit, 608 pieces compared to the 807 of that one. Still maybe a little overpriced for what it is, but you do get 2 speeder bikes, you get 3 minifigures, you get that awesome little Return of the Jedi anniversary logo piece. And yeah, that'll be a future video when we put that together. Gotta figure out where I'm gonna put it. So that did give me enough for all the promo kits, which was the point. I mean, there's other Star Wars stuff I do want that came out on the 1st as part of the Star Wars Day promotions, but with the promo kits now all being kind of steep qualifiers for them, like, a lot more $150, $250 level buy-ins now, a lot less of the $40 and $50 level buy-ins. I figure I will hold off until there's another promo kit I really want, and then I'll buy some more of the sets I want. But I got the promo kits this time. So at $40, you got Kit 30654, the mini build of the X-Wing Starfighter. Now, the funny thing about this kit is if you missed out on this kit as a giveaway at Lego, fear not. You can just go and buy it at Target, or I believe I've seen it at Walmart as well. But I know Target had it. I was in Target last night, and Target had these in the Disney Store section. And this actually might be fun to try the build in the bag challenge with, because it's a pretty good sized bag. It's like a decent enough build, and that might be a thing for the future. Now the next level was the 85, I think it's 85, $80 or $85 level. And now, just to be clear, these promos are still going through supposedly tomorrow. I would be very surprised if I went to Lego.com right now and like these were all still available. But if you have a Lego store near you, you might try them. My Lego store said that they got well stocked on like everything for Star Wars Day, but that was fair. That was back on Monday. I'm sure they've gone through quite a bit of it. I haven't been back there since to see like which promo signs are still in the window to see what, if any of it, they still have left. But if you don't see it available at Lego.com, it might be worth checking your local Lego store if you're lucky enough to have one. So at the it was $80 or $85 level, it was this. Now this honestly is the piece I was kind of most interested in because it's not Lego, it's metal, and I've liked the metal promos they've done for a couple years now. A couple years ago they had that Han Solo and Carbonite Lego. Actually, I think I have it. Hold on, I have it right here. Here we go. I think this is it. The Han Solo and Carbonite keychain. I don't think this was actually even a Star Wars Day thing. I think this just was a release. It was a promo for at some point, some random time. I didn't even know it was a thing going on when I got it. I just happened to buy enough stuff to qualify for it. But I really liked that. And then last year they had this one, the Beskar keychain. Again, big chunky metal piece, and I really like both of those. I like big chunky metal things. I like keychains. I do kind of collect keychains. So this year there's not a keychain, but it is a fairly large chunky metal thing. It's actually two things. It's a metal thing and a non-metal thing. So you get, also the box isn't as nice. The box the last couple of years was much nicer. This is a much flimsier, thinner box. But you get the Death Star plans. Yes, many Bothans died for this. It's just a little plastic card, but I still think it's pretty cool. And of course it is Lego-fied. You have Lego bricks on it. It's not like a reproduction or anything from a movie. But it's nice. And then, this is the thing that really got me. A coin. You know how I like my tokens. I like my tokens, my coins. Lego Star Wars, and it is the fully functional Death Star 2. But listen to that. Good solid metal thing. Love it. I'm probably too far from the microphone. Hold on. There we go. That should pick up nicely. Yep. Really like this. This is the thing, the promo kit or the promo thing that I was most into, was getting the coin. Because again, I like tokens. I like my metal things. And then at $150, the main thing, the big thing, this actually is the biggest thing objectively. I just happen to like coins. But the big thing is this one here, Kit 40591, the Death Star 2. Again, you get that little 40th anniversary piece in there with it. And it's like a little like desktop build in like micro scale of the Death Star 2. And that's, again, a very nice piece. 29 pieces is not an inconsiderable set. 150 is actually not that bad of a buy-in for this compared to, say, I think it was 200 for the Houses of the World sets. I feel like this is much more appropriate. I feel $150 towards this is much more appropriate than I swear it was like 200, 250 towards those. So yeah, we got there. We're like sixth in line. We got through. We got up, went inside, grabbed our stuff. They just had it at the counter because why put it on the shelf? It's not like it's going to stay there. Got our stuff off the counter, queued up, got cashed out. And while we were in line, or rather while I was paying for my stuff, my wife had been kind of going back and forth, kind of hemming and hawing over getting something herself. So as where I do mostly minifigure scale stuff, she does more of things like the flowers and like the vehicles, like she did the Mustang, and she has the big seasonal panel truck. And she doesn't do so much of the minifigure stuff, although she does have the A-frame cabin that she still has put together. She did the piano not too long ago. She put that together. So she was taken by something else, something a little bit larger, something special, just not a thing that I get into usually, because it's kind of a series that I personally try to avoid. But while we were while I was paying, she made up her mind and bought Kit 75355, the X-Wing Starfighter, part of the Ultimate Collector Series. Not something I usually go for. I usually kind of avoid the UCS stuff because it's not minifigure scale. But this is 1,949 pieces, which is not the biggest set she's done. I believe the piano is a little bit bigger than that. The piano, I believe, is still the biggest set that she's done. This is, I think, a little bit smaller than that. And it should be nice and challenging for her. I mean, I feel like this is going to be a set that has a lot of detail to it. And it's a very nice set. I guess it does actually come with a Luke minifigure. Can't really get him on camera because the box is too wide. There we go. Also, the light just glares off it because I'm too close to the camera. Oh, let's see, is there anything on the back here? There we go. It's probably a better view of it anyways. Still though, I know the light's glaring off of it. Sorry, not much I can do about it. But yep, she bought herself the UCS X-Wing with foldable attack foils. And I think it has a little shiny R2-D2, which I don't think I have a shiny one. I have a number of R2-D2s, but I don't think I have any that's shiny. And in the ads for this, it looked like it was shiny. So that's a cool thing. Now, of course, this being more than $150 means we qualified for a whole second set of the promo kits. So we have two of those, so I might actually put together one of these Death Star 2s at some point. Not 100% sure, but I might. Now, this is of course not all of the Star Wars stuff we bought for Star Wars Day. We did order some stuff actually on the 4th from Shop Disney, which was not going full Shop Disney. It was the exact opposite of the experience with Lego.com, in that we got through the waiting room, although that was a little messy, because I got in the waiting room at 5 minutes to 8, 5 minutes to 8 local time, 5 minutes to 11 East Coast, which is the actual release time, which I don't know why they moved him to 11, but whatever. I got in at 5 minutes till. She got in at about 2 minutes to. She, when the timer came up, she was sent right into shop, and I was 20,000th in line, which yeah, that kind of stunk. So she ended up buying the stuff. Honestly, the only thing that seemed to sell out, as the last time I looked, which was yesterday, was the Cal Kestis lightsaber. Everything else was still there, so they didn't even have any issues like with stuff not selling out. And we only bought a couple things, and sadly they did not make it in time for today's video. I didn't really think they would make it from Thursday to be here on Saturday. That's a little fast for Shop Disney unless I'm paying for the expensive shipping. But they did say it would be here tomorrow, which does no good today. But we'll probably hang on to those and do another video down the road, just maybe of pins. Maybe after Decades comes out. I have a feeling that the next release for Decades is just going to be a pin purchase again anyways. So maybe we'll do a pin video down the road, because I already have something for next week. Next Weekend Magic, something even more special than Star Wars. But you'll have to come back and check out that. But there's one other thing to look at today. It's not Lego, but it is Star Wars, and something I picked up at Target. And it's part of these kind of retro giant Kenner, kind of a cross between Kenner and Black Series figures of the Gamorrean Guard. I'm pretty sure somebody was trying to hide him. I don't have enough room to show things anymore. Hold on. There you go. That's good enough. Close enough for government work. I'm pretty sure somebody was trying to hide him. I found him over, I believe, in the the collectible toy section, where the Funko Pops and the Mezco figures and stuff. And him and a couple other figures were kind of just tucked under the bottom shelf there. And so sorry whoever tried to hide him, but I found him. And I didn't buy the other ones you had to hold. I actually went and hung those back up. But I did buy him. He was, I think, like 30-something bucks. He's like the same price as like the higher, not higher end, but the bigger, more deluxe black figures like Paz Vizsla, or one of the ones I've forgotten of that in that size. Paz Vizsla, the one that comes to mind. Oh, Wrecker. Wrecker from the Bad Batch was like a deluxe figure as well. But it's very nicely sculpted. I mean, I love the look. It's got the axes. I'm debating whether or not to open them. I don't open most of my black figures, but I kind of feel like I kind of want to. I've tried to never be the guy that, want everything mint in package, but I do end up keeping things mint in package to the point that I then don't want to open them because then they won't be mint in package anymore. It's a bad spiral to get into. So I don't know if I'm going to open him or not, but he is, I think, very nice. Got the little furry loincloth. Beautiful sculpt on the face. Haven't seen him on a shelf anywhere before then, so glad I picked him up when I got him, because even though he was like $30, I feel like next time I see him, it's going to be like $50 at the anime show or a comic show. But that is our Star Wars Day haul for now. Like I said, there's some things ordered from Shop Disney. They won't be in next week's video. Next week's video, again, something a little special. But at some point I will put together the other diorama. I might put together one of these. You will not see a video of the X-Wing because that's my wife's. She will do that on her own. Maybe I'll post some pictures of it when it's done, but there won't be a video for that. Unless we look at it after it's put together. If I see it put together and think it looks really fantastic and is worth talking about, maybe we'll do a video on it once it's built, but there won't be a build video. But that will wrap this video up. That is our Star Wars Day haul so far, at least. It's certainly our Lego Star Wars Day haul. So I want to thank you for watching. I hope you found this all interesting or entertaining. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Go out when you're done watching this to your local comic book shop. Get yourself some free comic books. Buy some not free stuff too, just to support your comic book shop. And I will see you in the next video.